Hey everyone, it's James Martin here. I am here to react to more self-made AMVs. But first, please make sure to subscribe because I got tons of videos every single month. If this video brings you any value, please make sure to like it as well, as it helps out so much. The links to the AMVs will be down in the description below. But right now, let's hop into this. I'm excited. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite movies. I liked it as soon as the guitar came up that the flag was up. Okay, so the only problem with these shots is that the pacing is really slow, and you have a song that's a really fast pace, like da 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 da. You obviously could just use something that's a lot more fast paced. This would be a perfect example where, again, some fast edits, and you can have your moments to just pause. I wouldn't really use these shots because it wants to move, it's just not moving fast enough. So you either have the characters standing and staring off into the oblivion for a couple moments, but then mix that in with some really fast energy and cuts. So again, you want to make sure that you're editing to those cuts, right? Or you're cutting to those beats. Let's try something else. Okay, sure, let's try the top. This looks like it's from the game, and this is from actually the top 3 are from Thomas. That's funny. You guys really gotta get into the habit of cutting to the beats. I cannot stress this enough. Game of Thrones.
This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win, or you die.
Ieri vosseci, ieri vadrivo.
Well done. This is solid. I love how you had the speech going on in the very beginning. The whole talk about, you know, the Game of Thrones concept while you have this guitar. I would be a little bit careful with the sound. There were times where it sounded like that bass or guitar, whatever it was doing, the dun, 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 was starting to get a little bit louder than the dialogue. So you want to make sure that you're careful at balancing that out.
Lannister, Targaryen, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell. They're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground.
It's a beautiful dream. Stopping the wheel.
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
These cuts are absolutely on point. Yep, cuts are on the beats. Even the sound effects are right on beats. So, yep, very good so far. Yeah, so right now I can't hear what they're saying. I know what the line is, but I can barely make out what they're saying. Superhero by Monster AMVs.
Checking my vital signs, drawing my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest, all I need.
Next time you guys edit an AMV, the first thing you should do is lay down your music track and then find the beats in the song. Like, you guys know how to find the beat. Like, every time there's a song you feel like clapping, what you're clapping to is essentially the beat.
I'm checking my vital signs, drawing my battle lines, going to war again. Feeling the rhythm inside of my chest, all I need is just a pen. I know I was born for this. I know I was born for this.
So what's interesting about the song is there's a lot of like really quick beats. I really want to see some energy with those parts. My final thing is this doesn't really feel like I'm being told a message necessarily through the song. This feels more like a recap of the episode to a song. Like it almost could be a teaser trailer. So the thing about an AMV is, what's the story, what's the message you're trying to tell, right? You use the song Born for this. Sounds great. So make sure you're following along that path. Tell the story about how Deku went from being quirkless to having his powers, right? How everyone just started from the bottom, worked their way here, literally. There is one. Magia Mind Remix. Alex Lopez music. Okay, you were doing really, really well there, where we went, you were kind of telling me a story where we went from the end of Rebellion to now we went to this fight scene. But then I noticed you really stuck to this fight scene, and I was hoping that we could kind of move on and get to another thought. This is starting to feel like a recap of the movie, not telling me a message through the song. I get that it's a remix, but don't make it feel like a recap of the episode or the movie. Really try and tell me some sort of story. I'm liking it so far. Notice how this person's transitions are next to every time the piano played that chord or whatever it is. Again, emphasizing the beats. And I really appreciate that you're keeping the fades really, really short, because we're just kind of moving from one shot to another. It's not abrupt, and it's not too slow either. It's the perfect pacing. It gives us a chance to just quickly get introduced to the next shot and get a moment to recognize who they are.
I do the same thing. I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could.
Okay, so you're doing all the right things. You're cutting to the beat. I would challenge you to even go a step above that. This is going to get a little bit advanced. Try and find beats within the beat. So what I mean by that is, so if you were to just listen to the music, imagine yourself as a drummer.
I do the same thing. I told you that.
So that's the basic beat, right? But you can even go a step further.
Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay. Need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that I wasted. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. Be up if you can't be right here.
So what I was doing is I was basically creating my own beats within the music. This is a little advanced stuff because you got to understand like rhythm, tempo, music, all that stuff, and have a really good sense of timing. But I feel that's something that you could use, because I get that you're giving us a moment with each girl. I think it would be nice if you gave each section sort of like their own smaller cuts, just so it can move through a moment faster. So for instance, if you have a cut of, say, the main character and one of the sisters, you want to make sure you include cuts of their eyes, their reaction, and even other moments with the characters. Right? Again, it doesn't need to be too quick, but just like small edits in there just to give it a little more flavor.
I do the same thing. I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could.
I don't like the shaking effect because I'm having a hard time focusing on the story and the shots themselves. You're making me focus too much on the editing with all the fancy transitions and effects and stuff like that. Keep it simple. Fades black, fade to white, simple cuts. Just let me be absorbed into the story. You had me right at the start of this. I was soaked into it. I was falling in love with these girls, and now the shaky cam, the editing is taking me out of the moment.
It's so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own.
So this is like a small edit. So where was it? It was here. So I would have stayed on the shot of the cup of tea and slowly fade to black until we got to this next part.
It's so far to keep you close. I was afraid to leave you on your own.
Again, so tempo and flow and all that doesn't mean things have to go really, really fast. You can have like the fast cuts and then just have a moment where we breathe and we're focusing on the character.
Just so you can take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel sitting over there
But yeah, just be careful of the timing. Hardigan, legends never die.
Legends never die when the world is calling you.
Okay, we can have more cuts in this, like maybe some small transitions. Right now, we're basically watching the movie with a different song, is what's going on right now. It's not feeling like an AMV.
Legends never die.
I like the timing of that punch. Nice. Okay, so right away we have a conflict. You want us to hear the dialogue, but then there's the singer that's blasting. So first off, I would heavily advise you don't have the singer singing at the same time as the dialogue playing. Either have one or the other. If there's a moment in the song where it's just music and no singing, that's a good time to include dialogue. Don't include when you're trying to hear the singer and trying to hear the lyrics. Number two, you want to make sure that if you want to emphasize the dialogue, that we hear the dialogue, you don't want to drown it out with the music. So you gotta mess around, you gotta play around with the leveling, make sure that the moment where we're supposed to hear the dialogue, the music is turned down.
悔しいか小僧、自分が最弱だってことが、まだその悔しさを捨てるな。そいつはおめえがまだ諦めてねえ証拠だ。自分ってやつをな。
Okay, we have a build up. This is an excellent opportunity where I should be seeing some cuts. It's starting to get faster and faster and faster until we get to the boom, the big one. And cut to those music, yo. Alright, so I hope you can take away something from this. Again, like, I'm not here to make fun of you guys. I just want to see you guys do the best work that you can and offer you those tips. I don't really see a lot of editing tips online, unless it's for like YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I hope you can take away something from this as something you can use when you're editing your AMVs, your GMVs, whatever it is. So if you got value out of this, please make sure to like this video and subscribe, because you know what? I might just do another one of these if it helps you guys out. Again, if you have an AMV or some sort of video that you want me to check out and maybe give you some tips, leave it down in the comments and I'll try and check it out as soon as I can. Good luck with your videos. Just have fun with it, and I'll see you next time.